response to this message.
I know.
Somehow the world was made for me and be so wonderful. Live life, breathe air. I know somehow we're gonna get there. It feels so wonderful. There. It's all for real. I'm telling you just how I feel. So wake up, the members of my nation. It's your time to be. There's no chance unless you take one. And it's time to see the brighter side of every situation. Some things are meant to be, so give me your best and leave the rest of me. Leave it all to me. Leave it all to me. Just leave it all to me.
Yeah.
Hey you guys, my name is Trinity and I am back with another girl talk for y'all. Y'all been requesting this shit ever since my last girl talk. So I'm back with Mari because I feel like it's not ever going to be a girl talk unless Mari is here. So this time we've actually got questions that you guys sent me on my Instagram, and I'm so excited because this is like a Q&A kind of, but you know, just more things that you guys want to actually hear about rather than us having just topics that we're going based off of. So we're about to get started. Mari, what's your Instagram, stuff like that?
Hi guys, hello, how art thou? My Instagram is Mari, and that's spelled MAH.RIE239.
So we just gonna get started because me and Mari know how to talk and we'll talk forever. First question is, how are you so confident? We're both very confident, so I feel like it took a minute for us to get here though.
Long ass
yeah,
time.
it took a minute for us to get here. For me personally, I think it was the hair that did it for me. Okay. After I got my lock extensions, I was like, damn, I'm gonna have this bitch out here. Like, for real, like, for so long I was in between hairstyles, and when I did get my lock extensions, I was like, this is it. This is the look. This is the vibe I want to give off. Changed up the name, changed up the whole, and then I went to camping trip also. And so after camping trip, I was like, we got septums. We've been getting tatted up. Like, I done lost weight, like, just doing all kinds of different stuff. So what about you?
This is gonna probably sound terrible. I just did it, you know. One of Ren's friends, Dakota, like, he said one thing and it stuck with me. It's like, you either gonna do something or you're just gonna keep thinking about it and thinking about it, and you're going to 100% miss every risk that you don't take. Right. So I just do it. Now, like, don't get me wrong, I still have my moments, but it's just like, I just do it.
It's not nearly as bad as it used to be.
Yeah.
Not nearly as bad as it used to be. How do I build self-love and be okay with being by myself? By the way, I love your podcast and channel. Thank you so much. If you haven't checked out the podcast, you should definitely do that. So, shameless little self-love right there. But yeah, that was a good question. When I started to build self-love, it was after a breakup. And not to say that I think all traumatic experiences should propel us into this major growth, because ideally we could do the growth without having to deal with the trauma beforehand. But for me, experiencing that kind of just made me realize that I knew I deserved a lot better, and that realization is self-love within itself. So after that, I kind of just did exactly what I needed to. I had a morning routine. I wake up every morning, do yoga, journal in my manifestation journal, stack my bread up, because this was over when quarantine was going on, so I was stuck in my mom's house. So I just did the things that I felt good doing, and over time they slowly started to manifest into me being more confident and comfortable with who I was as a person. So that's how I did self-love. Maybe you can answer, how do I be okay with being by myself?
Ooh, okay, so I think how I started off really was I learned how to sit with a lot of stuff, and not in a way of you tolerate a lot of stuff. It's just trying to run away from your shadows only builds up more resistance, or anything that's just the stimulus is undesirable. That's definitely how I learned to be by myself. And obviously being by myself was a big issue for me that I didn't really know that I was dealing with. So I just learned how to do that, and then it became easier because I realized the loneliness and how to be by yourself was coming from, I was trying to fill a void. And then, yeah, and that's what quarantine basically did. That was a big shift because we all had to go home, and I had certain agendas and was doing stuff when I was in school, and then I didn't have that anymore, and I'm just sitting in the house, and like literally there's not an actual mirror, but it's a big mirror in my face, like, this is you, this is what's going on. So
yeah,
that was pretty much that. Just learning how to sit with the discomfort, because I've learned to embrace it and examine it and then try to just shun it away, because
which
it's
is
still
what you
a
have
part
to
of
do.
me.
Where like
Yeah.
you have to run into your problems in order to solve them, which sounds backwards, but that's what healing incorporates. Opinion on friends with benefits. We got a lot of them right now. Well, not us. Wait. That kind of looks suspicious. Did that look suspicious, Corey? Wait a minute. Why are you insinuating something? Fuck no, we are not fucking. We are not fucking, bro. No, we're not.
The rumors are not true.
Oh god, because I know niggas are thinking that shit. Like, anyway, friends with benefits. Me and Mari is more what is the word?
Polyamorous.
I was gonna say polygamous. Polyamorous than me. I haven't really experienced it yet, but this nigga, she been doing the shit. So friends with benefits, we be chilling with that. I mean, as long as it doesn't get difficult. I actually recently had a friend with benefits, and we was cool. We were kicking it until some craziness happened. So I ain't got no problem with it. But I actually haven't been in a situation where I've actually been infatuated with the person that I'm being friends with benefits with. So I gotta see how I'm gonna do like that, because it's like if I'm talking about being polyamorous, like I gotta stop with the I want you to myself mentality. So we'll see how I am when that trial comes about. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
But we be.
You said that. I kind of got an idea of who I'm gonna have friends with benefits with.
Oh, who are you talking about?
I'm talking about.
Tattoo.
Anyways.
Shit, can I fuck him too? Like.
Oh my god.
Girl, I mean, that's
You
up to
take
him.
Wednesday, Thursday, then just send him my way. How to channel your self-expression? That's a good question. I feel like I've always been.
Question.
I feel like I've always been very self-expressive, especially with what I've worn. But really, I guess it's just a matter of looking at what you like. Pinterest is there for a reason.
Hello.
Like every like fashion inspo that I've picked it up damn near from Pinterest. So I would really recommend you go there if you really want inspiration on how you might want to start dressing or carrying yourself, you know, because the thing about confidence also is that people can tell when you're not confident. Me and Mari talk about this a lot, because we know some of our friends are not confident, and it's obvious in the way they walk, it's obvious in the way they talk, it's obvious in the way that they dress. So to prevent people from being, if you're not going to be confident, that's not, I mean, ideally you'd be confident, but if you're not going to be, don't let other people see it. You know what I mean? Like dress like you know, are confident as a person.
Take your time with the process.
Yeah, take your time with the process. Yeah, but eventually you become what you present yourself to be at the same time. How do you get yourself to believe affirmations like "I am good enough"?
How do you get yourself to?
Yeah, you take the floor.
Take the floor with that one.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Bob. Here, I believe it comes more so with time and the consistency and intensity of how you soothe yourself, because sometimes, you know, you may be telling yourself, I am good enough, for example, and your body, your mind, you just still have that inkling of a feeling of, I don't believe that. And it's not really you choosing not to, it's just deprogramming your mind, deprogramming your belief system and how you operate on things like that. So I would just say it's basically that. And the thing is, sometimes the results really like will surprise you. Like you'd be like, oh dang, like that affirmation came and I didn't have to, you know. I think also people don't really dissect what they need to affirm. It also helps to be like, why wouldn't I believe it? If somebody tells me like right off the bat, what gets in the way of me believing that that statement is true, regardless of if the person is like, you know, being deceitful or whatever, like even though it has nothing to do with the person, why can't I, me, myself can't believe it? So I know, like, I've learned to, when I do like rituals or I'm doing manifestation journal or something, when I write down my affirmations, like I don't write ones I see on YouTube. I kind of just make
your own.
Yeah, I'll kind of let it flow, because it's personally like my experience. And I'm not saying, you know, anything wrong with those. It's a good way to start off, but your experience is your experience, so you have to personalize it really to like what you do. So that may also play a role into why it's a little bit harder to believe it, because I am good enough is, I mean, like, for example, with that one, it's very on surface, you know. That can easily be, my body doesn't have to fit a certain prototype, or you know, I love my size, you know, yearning to be healthy every day. I love my size even when I'm eating a burger. I love my size when I'm eating vegan. I love my size when I'm picking out. Exactly, like regardless. You know what I'm saying? So I think that also plays like a huge role into it. Definitely when you get into your affirmations, it's like, why are you doing it? What are you trying to tell yourself? What exactly needs to be tended to? Because that's what an affirmation is.
And that's a kind of very similar to what I said about crystals in one of my last video. Somebody asked me how do I choose, well, they asked me if I had crystals to recommend, and I was like, I'm not going to recommend you specific crystals because my crystals might not, my crystals that I resonate with might not resonate for you. So that kind of works the same way. I was like, you should walk into a crystal shop, and if carnelian calls your name, you picking up carnelian, and that's the one that resonates you, therefore you're going to buy it. With affirmations, just because you see me saying that my affirmations is this and this and this, does not mean that those are the ones that resonate with you. So make sure you are very, you target exactly what it is that you want to attract. How do you cut somebody off because you know they're not serving you in a respectful way?
Y'all are getting good.
Oh God, like y'all like.
Cause you calling me out the same time.
Oh God, cause I'm like, bitch, we still dealing with that shit.
Like, come back to me in like 2 years,
bruh. Okay, not serving you. Bruh, like honestly with me, I give to people too many chances. Like I'll be honest, like I give people entirely too many chances. For example, my ex, like I gave that girl entirely too many chances. Like it literally took me finding out that she was fucking me over a second time for me to be like, okay, that's enough, cut it off, did it, it's over. And it shouldn't take that from people. So we're still learning. I feel like people be looking at us like we got all the answers. I mean, we cool and all. Like we can.
I got a few.
We got a good little bit.
I got 1 through 7.
We got like and even for the ones that we're still learning, we got like a third of the answer. But we are still learning. We're making ourselves, the clues, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like you kind of just really. Honestly, that shouldn't even got to be respectful, because if you heard the second episode of my podcast, How You Feel Is Not My Problem, then you will know that as long as you're doing what's right for you and you aren't hurting anybody in the process, it is what it is. Especially if they're not serving you, if they're disrespecting you, if they're abusing you, you ain't got to stay for nobody. You know what I mean? So
I feel like with this one, like imagine what your life is going to look like a year from that moment, like if you keep that person in your life.
Facts. Because people hinder you so much and you don't realize that shit. Like it'd be hard to, it's like you be having fun sometimes and then other times it'd be bad, but you like maybe the good outweighs the bad. But if you even have to stop and think that to yourself, then they probably aren't worth keeping in your life.
So I don't think I've cut anybody off. I more so just like said I needed space. But you guys were saying like how sometimes you focus too deep on potential, and then that ends up fucking shit up. Attachment. Learning the art of detachment. And I'm not saying having like a detached emotional psyche or intelligence. It's more so just kind of understanding you really don't know how long somebody's going to be there in your life. And I know that's like a very uncomfortable truth to kind of deal with, hard pill to swallow, but honestly, it helps you in the end, because it's kind of like, if that person isn't meant to be there and you deal with that rejection, to me, rejection is divine protection. Oh God. You know what I'm saying? So I've just like understood that, you know, sometimes it's not, I mean, it's an uncomfortable thing, but that doesn't necessarily make it a bad thing, because it's like, it's what's meant to be, what's not meant to be. I would say in different relationship dynamics though, on some like transparent shit, it is really hard though. Especially like if it's like I think a best friend is a little bit harder than like a romantic relationship, I would say. But I definitely had to deal with that in the romance department, and that shit hurts. Really hurts, because I think it's what makes it hard is because you don't want to do it, but it's like, you know, you have to do it, but you really don't want to. And then you have to take into account that your emotions are involved, and you see the good and the potential in the person.
You
and
see
that
what
comes
they
with being like a healer, bruh. You see it.
Hurts, because it's like, why am I on my spiritual journey but you not with me? Like we could be a force if we did this shit together. You know, I'm gonna be a force without you, but in the event that you came along this journey with me, like we could just better ourselves together. Like what? That's like the goal. You know, well that was the goal when I was going through that same thing, but
Yeah.
I see exactly what you're saying. How to tap into divine feminine energy. Bro, if I'm taking a bath listening to Willow Smith, that's the feminine energy for me. When I step out in a cute little sundress, when I start wearing less and going out more, when I make myself some tea, sit on my fucking porch, bitch, writing in my journal and shit.
Caucasian ass balcony.
My Caucasian ass balcony, taking Ubers to Piedmont Park, bruh, smooth. Like, just, I feel like, I feel like it's different for different people, too. Like, me, I like getting dressed up. I used to dress very masculine, and I haven't done it in a minute, but when I get dressed up, like, going out to eat dressed up, like every day is Valentine's Day dressed up, I feel like I am tapping into my divine feminine energy. There are also crystals that help with that as well. Chrysocolla is one of them. Chrysocolla was the first crystal that I ever fell in love with. So that's how I do it. What about you?
Blue, right?
Yeah, it's blue. The throat chakra. Yeah, that also resonates.
I would say definitely celebrating the body. A lot.
Masturbation.
One of them, yeah. I mean that. Yeah.
That's not the first thing you thought.
Not the first thing, but I mean when it comes to the body, it's like it makes sense. But really feeling liberated and free, like nudist type shit.
Oh hell yes, hell yes.
Naked.
Hell yes.
Titties
When we was at my
everywhere.
lingerie party,
Like,
yes, bro. Yes,
like,
it was a smooth move,
bro.
Nice.
We just went to a event for Valentine's Day. And both of us were sushi body models.
Yeah.
She drugged me out of the house. I did not.
Nigga was not trying to go.
Yes, we went to the event and we were both like sushi body models. Ren looked fucking amazing. Okay. I had a video. She probably gonna put it somewhere at the bottom of the screen over here when she edited this shit. But she looked really good. Like, we looked really good. I have never in my life thought that I would just have my titties out on a massage chair with sushi on my nipples.
Like niggas just running up to you, hopping and skipping and smiling and shit.
Oh
like,
God, bro.
Like picking it right up off the areola, goddamn. Bro, yes, bro.
But it was just like, it wasn't no moment of, oh, you looking for attention? Or you trying to fill a void? I was just like, you know, and I came out there actually with like full on lingerie. And he was like, are you comfortable taking off your top? And I was like, all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that just brings me to really celebrating my body, because for my feminine energy, of course, like being a woman, that is one thing that I had a really hard time loving. So when I got to a point where I am now, it's like, it's not me just saying I love my body and I just say that and that's it. No, it's me being naked, being okay with not wearing a bra, especially with my titties, because that's a whole story. People have, you know, you could check out our podcast where we talk about that. But
nigga said our podcast.
Oh, our podcast episode.
No, I'm laughing because it's like, might as fucking well be, bitch. Like.
But no, deadass. Please listen to the podcast episodes. What is it? There's always a ladder.
Yeah, there's always a ladder.
It was designed by the lovely Corey. You can't see.
Oh God, she did design the cover. Hell.
Definitely, yeah. With the way that I dress. If you don't know me, or if you see my Instagram, I love me an orange.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a divine feminine energy dress, and it's mainly orange.
I'm bi, but should I claim bisexuality?
Yeah, I saw that.
I've never been with a girl. Only talk to them.
Girl, yeah.
For one, what is sexuality? Like, what are these labels? Cause I want to talk about this. Cause like I've been going through this same dilemma
let's talk
myself. Like that's why this is called Girl Talk Sexuality Edition, because I feel like this is hella important, and it's like, why do we feel the need to put ourselves in these labels, in these categories that society tells us to, when that shit don't even fucking exist? And I'm saying this to say that, like, I've dated men before, then I stopped dating niggas because niggas be niggas, and then I was dating women, and I still be dating women. But recently I met somebody who is not a woman, and that they interested the fuck out of me, and I was confused because I was like, I thought I was only attracted to women, but that's not the case. Why? Because this shit is a spectrum, and this shit also doesn't exist at the same fucking time. So with you being back and forth about bisexuality, it's like, honestly, I'm slowly realizing that this shit it's not even worth stressing over, because it's like, who the fuck does it matter to? Like, it only matters to people who want, like, if somebody asked me what's my sexuality, I used to just be like, lesbian, because it'd be easier for them to digest that shit.
That's what the labels do.
Yeah, that's what the labels do. They're for other people. The same way, like, not to be morbid, but the way funerals are for other people. The dead person is gone. Them niggas is not worried about what's going on in the third dimension. Funerals are for the living. You know, the same way as labels are for other people, so that they can understand or try or just fake understand you better. It's over talked about, like, even in the lesbian community, like the labels that they put on studs, femmes, stems, dykes, like all of that. What is the reason?
You fuck with who you fuck with. You don't need to have a partner to prove it, because it's the same way of proving, like, okay, how everybody thinks when you're born you're supposed to be born heterosexual. Well, how do you know that if you never, you know what I'm saying, as a woman talk to a guy or something? Like, basically the same thing. Like, that's assumed, but you have to prove it with the same sex. No, it like, don't. It's too much. Seriously, like, don't even worry about it. Like,
it's too much.
Honestly, however your experience is your experience, but I've just realized labels as far as, oh, I'm bi, I'm this, I'm that, it's for other people to understand. Like, it's not really for you, and it's just a communication olive branch, really. But you fuck with who you fuck with.
Wanting to have sex, but I'm too insecure. I'm a virgin. As in VERSION. I talked about this in the podcast and in the last Girl Talk. Virginity does not exist. I'm tired of hearing y'all say that word, because that shit is a concept made up by the patriarchy to keep us divided. Anyway, but
don't have sex if you feel insecure.
Masturbate.
Yeah.
Masturbate.
Yes, masturbate.
If you feel insecure, because I talked about this in my last video, Let's Talk About Pleasure, where I said that masturbation actually made me more comfortable within myself and within my body, and I actually started taking more nudes after I started to masturbate more, messed around with new toys, figured out more what I liked, and that made me more comfortable to have sex with other people, especially more experienced people, because, you know, I'm just eager to learn.
Why do you want to have sex if that's not something you're comfortable with?
Yeah,
right.
Also,
think about why you
well, listen, people be having sex to fill voids.
And also, it's like seen as popular. Like, now. Like, sex is seen as popular. Like, that shit.
Yeah,
you hear about that shit in every song. Like,
I very pressured into it.
Pressured into it.
Just take your time. Like,
you ain't missing out on shit.
This is a pro slut dragon safe space. Okay, so whatever spectrum, you can be the virgin, you can be the slut dragon.
Just make sure that you're ready and that you're comfortable within yourself enough to have sex. Do you believe that sex is more than what people make it seem? Like,
depending on the dick.
I think this nigga. I think they mean like. Do you think that people who treat casual sex as casual need to look at it as if it's more bigger than just casual sex? I think that's how I'm taking it.
I mean, it's different for different people.
I'm here to have fun.
Yeah, like, you can have different sex. You can have that spontaneous. You can have love. You can just be fucking. You can be angry. You can be toxic sex.
Toxic sex is
girl.
But it's an energy transfer.
Exactly.
But when we say toxic sex, I mean like with our exes, and when you in that breakup period and y'all on and off and y'all might be talking to other people. It's that I hate you sex, but I love. Oh, let me stop promoting this shit, bro. Yeah. God, let me stop.
No, listen. Slut Dragon Pro page. I need y'all to understand.
She said this is a safe.
This is a safe.
This right here, nigga. Talk your shit, nigga. Talk your shit, nigga. It's a safe space, goddamn. But yes, do I believe that sex is more than what people make it seem? Yes and no.
It's like, but I don't really care about other people's perceptions. You know, like, but I mean, it's cool though. I just feel like all of those different types of sex exist. Like, it just really, since it is an energy transfer, it's just about like intention and when you're going in. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it is. I don't really think sex is not.
It should be looked at like
like it's not just one. It's not just in the one rigid box. Like,
because it's like I think the narrative is that we've been taught is when you have sex, you are no longer pure. You need to have sex with only people you're romantically interested in. One night stands are bad. You know, this and this and that. But it's like
slut dragon.
Oh God, like it's just like I'm trying to be ashamed for that shit, you know. Like I might be attracted to 8 people at one time. What's wrong with if I
and that's okay.
If I present the idea of an orgy, like what's wrong with that shit? You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know that's what you was going.
I mean, but for real, like.
So what if we want to have an orgy? So what if we're gonna have an orgy?
Has been waiting for this conversation. She is ready. Okay. When did you figure out your sexuality? I feel like
still figuring it out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really.
Well,
I'm so tired of labels.
Yeah.
Like, just to keep it honest with you, I am just so tired of labels. Like,
and I think that was a phase. That the label phase was very annoying, and the person I was with at the moment, it kind of like really made me feel bad because, if you are somebody that identifies as bisexual, we get a lot of heat because it's like. If I'm flirting with a guy, I'm still bisexual. If I'm flirting with a girl, I'm still bisexual. I mean, honestly, pansexual for me at this damn point. Just whoever I fuck with, I fuck with. But basically with the bisexual, a lot of ignorant things that I always said is kind of like, you know, bisexual means obviously I like men and women, which is why I say that. So why are you trying to, I don't know, level it out like it has to be one or the other? Again, the shit is a spectrum. Like, you like who you like. The shit goes deeper than genitalia, okay? It's just the person who you're fucking with. So I think that's the only thing with like figuring out sexuality. That was like my label phase, but now I'm just kind of like, I just like who I like. Have I mainly been with men and women? I mean, yes. I haven't ran into anybody that identifies as anything else, but if you like them, you like them.
Honestly, something I want y'all to do is to stop putting so much emphasis on these labels and just be even beyond sexuality labels. I'm talking about the virginity thing as well. Like, stop putting so much of your self-worth or self-identity into these labels, because you can also lose yourself by labeling yourself. Like, when I was labeling myself as a lesbian, like, that shit wasn't all the way facts, you know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't, and I didn't know that at the time, but I also knew at the time that I wasn't only attracted to cisgendered women. Like, I would also have dated a trans woman. So it's like, you know, or just a non-binary person in general. So it's like, who is all this for? I think that's really important that y'all stop putting so much emphasis on labels, just because it'll help you out in the long run. How do you get out of a mental loop? That's interesting.
I feel like, I mean, for me, it's like, I know that me being on my phone all day is bad for me. And when I get off my phone at the end of the day, I have this weird, like, dissociating experience. And so then, like, I'll wake up the next day, it'll last for, like, days. And then, like, I'll be good, and I'm like, oh, I'm good now. And then I'll get back on my phone, I'll do that again. Like, so it'll just keep going on and on and on. So I think it's like a cycle of like getting better and then like going back to being in distress. I don't know.
And just
that's how I perceived it as well.
Yeah.
Like when you're healing from something and then it kind of hurts you all back over again, and you feel like you're at the start.
Square one. Yeah.
Square one. But healing is not linear. That's something that I'm also trying to remind myself as well. As long as you're taking the steps that are needed to get out of this mental loop, you know, even if they are small, even if it means waking up every day at 10 a.m., cooking yourself a nice breakfast, you know, maybe stretching. Even you're gonna have days where you might feel like you're back at square one, but as long as you're taking those necessary steps towards getting out of that funk, I feel like that is how you get out of the mental loop.
My philosophy on things is you don't get over them, you just gain more tools just to perceive them differently. Go through something and it'd be like the small thing and it may like trigger you, like, but you, as you gain the tools, it's like it's not as bad. Like this big ass 9-foot Goliath just gets smaller and smaller, only for you to realize the whole time you were 20 feet tall.
Coming to terms and being comfortable with your sexuality as a young black woman. Y'all are interested in the sex.
Y'all are interested.
Sex. Like, you know that oh God, they heard that We Need Better Sex Education podcast and was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and get this off my chest real fast. Yeah, how to come to terms. We kind of talked about that.
Come to terms.
Come to terms. Bruh, like, just don't stress that shit out. Don't put stress on that shit at all.
I mean, I feel like all these questions really is just
the same kind of answer. It's like, go with the flow. Take it day by day.
Yeah, okay. You know? So let's just say this overall. Don't try to set a rule in how you should experience the shit. Just experience it. Okay? Because it's going to be different for everybody. Listen to people's insight. Yes, it's cool. But, like, your experience is your experience. So just Experience it.
That's all you can do.
That's all you can do. Like, that's really all I can say to these answers.
Like, get out your head. Like, I'm also talking to myself too.
Yeah.
I'm like, get the fuck out of my head. Like, for real. Like, I'm a Gemini, so I be overthinking shit. But I need to start getting out of my head more. And that resonates. Just experience this shit. You're here to have fun, okay?
And I mean practice, of course. Well, I don't mean practice like use someone, but you know what I'm saying? Like you said earlier, see what you like and communicate. I mean, I started doing that. If I can give a more practical answer, I just, sophomore year of college, was like, I'm just gonna get on Tinder. Well, I had a Tinder, actually. But I only had it set to guys. I set the guys and girls. Next thing you know, had me a little shawty. You know what I'm saying? In college, you know? Oh, big pimping. Then quarantine hit. We're not together anymore. But I wish her well, you know what I'm saying? And then after that, polyamorous. If you would have told me 2 years ago.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 holes in her partners.
They're my partners.
Okay.
Okay? They ain't my hoes, they're my partners.
Oh my god.
Their presence is extremely
How
valued.
much sex have you had this week? Like, I'm jealous.
You have to start. I'm going to make her sign an NDA at this point. God damn.
Okay, I'll take that part out.
No. But, okay, let me count. Let's just start for Valentine's Day. Okay, so that's 1. And then 3. And then this oral sex count.
I aspire.
I have not made it to the slut dragon.
Oh my god, oh my god, I see the slut dragon. Is this why you got him in the video? Okay, there's an episode of Rick and Morty that we keep referring to.
Shit.
It's season 3. It's season 4, episode 4. It's
Claw
called
and Hoarder.
Claw and Hoarder. And if you've watched it, amazing, fantastic. If you haven't, go watch that shit right now. It's hilarious, and it's just it's Mari's favorite damn episode of Rick and Morty. And we've got this group chat called Slut Dragons. It's where we talk about everything from sucking dick to eating vagina, just everything. But yeah, so that's why we keep talking about that. Is this why you got? Did you put 2 and 2 together, or is that just a synchronicity?
I just wanted.
That's a synchronicity.
And then I was like, right.
That's a synchronicity.
I just wanted him, and I just feel like it would be nice in the video.
Welcome to the club, bro.
Welcome to our club. Welcome to. Welcome to.
When did y'all start dressing in your own unique way? I feel like we answered that already.
That's still a work in progress. I would say, really, college, man. I don't know if everybody went through this, but college, I just realized I like to dress for comfort. Okay, I can't do jeans. Okay, like it was sweatpants and Crocs every day. Okay, and it was actually like embarrassing after a while because I would be falling in my Crocs. And then I tried to wear slides. I was slipping in them hoes too because I'd be speed walking because I was late to my 8 a.m.
And that's interesting because you say you're doing that recently. Like, I feel like I've always had this very expressive way of how I've dressed. You know what I'm saying? Like, even
very intentional.
Even when we were kids, like, I was the bitch that pulled up with the Lady Gaga shades.
You need to pull up the picture. That's your contact.
I was the kid whose parents would be like, "Why is she so extra?" Like, ew.
And it was like, it was every era, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like Ren always had like a certain style, but when I'm just saying she had style, okay? Like very creative. But no, like on some serious shit, that shit was like inspirational. I'm like, this girl read books and shit.
Oh god.
Like and I mean like I'm not talking about, you know, like get your AR points so you can have a fucking party. I'm talking about she be reading them shits. And I'm like, damn, I'm over here reading Junie B. Jones. Like she over here, what the fuck? Spiderwick Chronicles?
I was fucking depressed, okay? I was reading V.C. Andrews when I was like 12 years old.
That's what I'm saying. Don't even know who that is.
V.C. Andrews wrote Flowers in the Attic. You know that
You
book
said it was
series?
very dark.
Oh, yes, where that mom locked her kids up in the attic of her grandma's house and she started feeding them rat poison and they started them off one by one. How to move on after moving out of a toxic home?
You can answer that. I'm still there. I've moved out mentally. And I did that during quarantine because, okay, when I first got back, you know, like, especially if you were in college, like, you had to get the fuck out. 1 week you were there, the next week you're moving out, even though we're not supposed to move out till May, and it's March. At the time, it wasn't like I didn't like my household, but if I had to choose between being in college and there, I would definitely chose being in college. But being at home was just kind of like really frustrating because I had stuff going on, like relationship-wise. And then it's like being in this environment at home, I realized over time, like, it just wasn't the healthiest. But like I said, like, when I moved out, like, I did not unpack my stuff literally until I finished the semester. So being at home for like March to May, my room was just full of everything college-wise. If you had known me at the time, like, there was a trail to my bed, and then like the rest of it was just junk around it, because I just couldn't function. That was a lot, you know. That was like a space where I've had a lot of moments, a lot of low moments. So it was like a triggering environment in general, and I just kind of had to really cleanse the space. And at the time when I cleansed the space, I didn't have a sage, or not, I don't use sage, I don't even know why I said that. I didn't have a Palo Santo, I didn't have no frankincense and myrrh, I didn't have no eucalyptus, I didn't even have a fucking crystal, and I just like cleaned my energy in there, you know. So I haven't had the chance to move out. I'm getting there though, and I will get there, and when I do, it's going to be a lovely day. But if you're in a situation where, you know, you're trying to move out, but it's just a process because of like finances in corporate America, then I get you. But that's how I really cleanse the space. Because one thing about leaving a toxic household, toxic situation, it's not like the effects of that trauma doesn't follow you.
And with me, given the fact that I have moved out, like, moving out was just like a very, I kind of talked about this in one of my previous videos, but you know, like when you're playing Mario Kart and it's like that one patch of like that short road that makes you speed the fuck up hella fast. That's kind of how I felt moving out, because I was like, wow, like, I'm really here, like, I'm really not going back to my mom's house, like, I'm really an adult, like, I do whatever I want. And now, given the fact that I pay all my bills myself, it's even more of an independent factor, because, you know, like, when you're a kid or like a teenager, your mom be like holding over your head, does she pay your phone bill? Like, mine can't even do that shit no more. So it's just like a very independent thing. But also the thing about me is I did confront a lot of my childhood traumas while living with my mom. So like shit from my childhood that bothered me, I confronted it before I even had the chance to move out. So I can't talk about carrying trauma from one household to the next, because I haven't really experienced that. But I can admit that when you do take those necessary steps, you know, right before you moving out, in regards to your finances, in regards to your moving situation, where you're going to live at, in regards to your mental and emotional health, it will be a whole new world when you get your own space. How to be more social in college when you're an introvert who wants to be more outgoing?
You just really have to find your group of people. I was one of those people in college that, like, I found friends through my friends' friends, and you know, I wasn't really like that social unless I was drunk at a party and I was giving compliments out, you know, oh my god, you're so pretty, tell what's your Instagram. But yeah, just find your group.
Yeah, clubs helped me a lot in college as well.
Clubs help a lot.
How to heal your inner child, or how to become the true version of yourself. These are some deep ass questions,
These are exhausting, bro. Please. I don't fucking know.
Oh man, these are like podcast questions. Like one question focused on the whole podcast.
This is a therapist question.
How to heal your inner child. It's different for everybody. Like, healing your inner child for you might be different for the way I heal my shit. The way I healed my shit was I aired my business. No, I aired my family's. What you say? What?
You said what?
I aired my family's business on my YouTube channel. I let that chopper sing, nigga. I wrote a poem. I posted that shit on YouTube. It was about my sexual assault when I was a kid, and how the paternal side of my family let that shit happen, and how they like protected my abuser over my entire childhood. I posted that shit on YouTube on a whim one night at like 1 a.m. I took the fucking link. I texted that shit anonymously to every member on my dad's side of the family, and just, that was it. Like, that's how I started. That's kind of how I started my spiritual journey, because I was just like, I'm tired of this bullshit. Like, I'm tired of letting the villains get away with shit. You know, it's not cool. So me confronting that and finally making the conscious decision to stop gaslighting myself about what actually happened to me really is how I was healing my inner child. Because it's like, you know, just that acknowledgement, just, it helps a lot, you know, just for me to be able to put myself first when I had never really done that shit before, and to really like look back and think about everything that I had been through and how I was gonna, you know, overcome it regardless, is how I healed my inner child. But that's a difficult question to answer, and I feel like that's something that you're kind of you do a lot. Yeah, like it's not just that one instance that I healed my inner child. That was like 10% of the work, you know. Like I've done a lot of different things. I've done psychedelics, I've done therapy, I've done hypnotherapy, I've been vegan, like I do yoga, I meditate, like different aspects of what we do in our everyday lives I've incorporated to therefore heal my inner child and do what's best for that girl.
I think that the best way to start off with healing your inner child is noticing that it's there.
Acknowledging that shit.
Yeah, because I don't really think that we do, and we don't realize that's basically like the culprit of what we're feeling, because when you are a child, shit develops and it builds. It's kind of how it works. Recognizing that it's there, and then it pulls into, like, you know how people say triggers are your teachers, and just different emotions that you experience. It's like, okay, this is why I feel this way, and then it goes back to, why do I feel this way? What's the root of this? What happened to me that caused for me to have this certain belief system? Most of the time it goes back to when you're a kid. It doesn't matter what type of way you were brought up, whether it's the stereotypically bad, you know, abandoned, no parents, this and that, or you were really, really good parents, or in the middle. You know what I'm saying? The spectrum goes from this end to the other. But either way, it's always a way that it affected how you were growing up. And I'm not saying the only way to be afforded to be affected bad is if your circumstances were bad, and vice versa if they were good. But I feel like the first step is definitely recognizing that it's there. I know in my experiences, like I'm a physical touch person. That's like my main love language.
What's your first love language?
My first one. But I take a pillow and I like hold it and I close my eyes. But basically, like, I envision myself kind of like, if you ever seen the movie Soul, it's kind of like sand, and then like,
if you're watching this video and you haven't seen that movie,
go watch it
get
right
it together.
now. But basically, I kind of imagine myself, and then like I go to little Kayla in that case. Talk to her.
When I was in hypnotherapy, I did an exercise where I revisited my 6-year-old self in the scenario where she was getting assaulted, and like literally like grabbed her hand and like walked her out of the situation. Like, it was actually really crazy. Lesbian relationship advice for baby lesbians.
No.
Do not move at the speed of light. Goddamn. Lesbians love to get engaged a month after knowing each other.
2 minutes. I don't understand why.
Shit is not cute,
it's just, why do women move so fast? Like, last relationship, first love, with a woman, obviously. We were together for like 5 months. But I was like, I always say, you know, in lesbian years, I was like basically 2 years. Because women move so freaking fast. I just don't. Sometimes it's just, you know, we have a lot of emotion, obviously. Sometimes, though, it be like love bombing and trauma bonding, and you know what I'm saying? It's like,
that
I got a buddy.
A lot of the girls that I've messed with, that was their first time really experiencing a lesbian relationship, because their household was homophobic. Like, they were goodies. Like, they couldn't really branch out, do no wild shit. So it's like they be so excited to finally experience what they read about in Wattpad lesbian fan fictions. That they
do not fuck with a girl because you hate men. Figure that shit out.
Oh, hell yeah.
Do not do that.
Yeah, no.
Because it's going to end up hurting you in the end, and it's also really going to end up hurting other people.
Corey said, y'all should talk about how to honor your sexual desires.
Masturbation.
I'm pointing to my sex toys. Has nobody noticed my sex toys back here?
And then I said masturbation.
Yeah, a girl. Yeah, hell yeah. I knew we were already going to be there.
Here.
I knew we were going to talk about that shit already, of course.
Damn, where my vibrator at?
Wait,
Shit.
what? Let's just... What? Anyway.
Masturbate.
What'd you say?
Masturbate.
She's all masturbate.
I'm fucking weak. So we had to switch the camera because mine kept dying, but regardless, I was talking about masturbation. Due to the fact that I've had Bell's palsy my entire life, I actually went to a doctor when I was like 11 or 12, and I had, I was given a vibrator for my facial massages, but one night I was watching porn, and I was like, why do the women do that thing when they touch down there? And so I took my vibrator that I was only supposed to be using for my face, and I put it on my vagina one night, and it felt amazing. And I really wish that I could go back. I was gonna say and witness, but I would think that would be weird as fuck. But relive the first time that I ever masturbated, because it was amazing. But I'm saying that to say that I never learned with my fingers, and I have a poem talking about how I never learned with my fingers. I didn't learn how to masturbate with my fingers until I was 19. So I've been accustomed to using toys for a long time, but I do feel like using my fingers is a lot more intimate, and I feel like it helps me pinpoint what exactly I like in bed.
I remember this one time I masturbated at 4:44 in the morning, right? And it was, I just woke up. Yeah, like I just wake up 3 or 4 in the morning.
Said, hey, flick your bean, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So I masturbated and I just had the best week. And I was at a job that I eventually ended up quitting like 2 weeks later because old girls don't fuck shit, but don't matter. Basically that week though, my energy was like so good. I just really went in there and like did my job, and it was to the point where like they thought like something was off of me, and I was just like just chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I always be chilling, but it was just kind of like I'm preserving my energy.
I like talking to myself when I'm masturbating.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. The
affirmations. So sometimes, I mean, when you're masturbating, you're more focused obviously on busting his nut. So affirmations or manifestations, they're very short. So I usually just say all the good things. They're all mine. And
wait, what do you be saying?
All the good things, and they're all mine.
All
the good things, all the good things, they're all mine. Another thing I do, try to masturbate way more to my imagination, because porn is just, it has not, it don't hit like it used to. Now Twitter porn is a little different.
Twitter porn is nice.
Homemade, you know, that's a little different. But I've been finding myself more like, if I ever do masturbate with it, not really liking the video, or like I'll see a preview or something, I'm like, I don't even want to do this no more. But like I said, like I do it more to my imagination, because my imagination shows me obviously like what I like. So why don't I think about those things, being intimate, being caressed and stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the rough stuff too, but yeah.
Shaving or waxing, and why?
Waxing.
Waxing, yeah. This shouldn't even be asked as a question. Yeah, waxing definitely. Why? Because it's better for you and your hair.
Have you ever nipped your clitoris?
Oh, not saying no. Don't tell me you have.
When I was younger.
Oh, I've never run that close. On God.
Yo, hell no. This nigga Corey coming through with the jokes today.
She said I was fencing with my shit.
Yo, that's crazy. Do you watch / recommend YouTube tarot readings? Why or why not? I watch YouTube tarot readings. I've talked about this before. I watch Shanetta's Divine Tarot. I watch The Tarot Priest, and I watch Tarot by Bronx. Now, when it comes to YouTube tarot readings, I don't recommend you just...
Tarot by Bronx, if you seeing this,
they better watch my videos. They think I'm a fan. It'd be so funny when I tell people, I'm like, yeah, bro, me and Bronx, we went to college together, we wrote poetry together, like I knew them before the fame. Every time Bronx comes to town, niggas are like, yo, like, let me come over. I'm like, nigga, no fans allowed right now. Like, oh God. Like,
no, I'm in the VIP. So again, Tarot by Bronx.
Get the fuck. Yes, those are the 3 tarot people that I watch. And when it comes to YouTube tarot readings, I do not recommend you just endlessly scrolling and you just clicking on everyone you see. I went to the people that called to me, that I really liked their messages and that they tended to stick with me, and that I felt like I could trust. So
yeah, not just have to find your ones. Yeah, because if you just do too many, you're gonna exhaust your energy, because they're tapping into an energy, and sometimes, like, you know, those messages aren't meant for you. Because most of the time, YouTube tarot readings, they're like general, so most of the time it's gonna be like a small part that like just doesn't resonate with you. It's fine, because you gotta leave that energy for somebody else. I watch Mermaid Scales Tarot and Allie's Tarot. And
this is the last question. How has having a spiritual awakening changed your view on life in the world? Ended out with a bang.
That's really good. That's a lot of, that is a 47-page essay, okay? And it's still being written.
Oh my God, it's still being written.
So let's start with, the fact that this whole time I was taking shit personal because people are dealing with their own traumas. Okay. Let's talk about how that has made me have thick skin. Because, like, a lot of my friends be telling me, like, you more mature than me. Couldn't be me. I don't know how you do that. You don't said it. Bree said it. Gio said it. All of my freaking close friends. Every single time. Y'all, you know the situations I be dealing with. I'm not as scared of death anymore.
Oh yeah, I'm not scared.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
death is just a transition.
It's a transition for real. And I feel like it's more scary for somebody that's not experiencing it. Because it's like, what do I do?
I've heard that it's the most calming experience ever. And I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it. I believe the only thing about death that's the hardest part is actually dying. It's like if I'm getting stabbed to death, it's not gonna be fun. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be stabbing.
Yeah, yeah. But that moment where you're not conscious anymore. My spiritual awakening showed me. Honestly, I feel like my biggest takeaway has been to do things for myself rather than for everybody else. I'm an empath, so I do like to make sure that everybody else is good. And most times in the past, it was making sure everybody else was good before I was good, which is not the mood because I am the main character of my own story. So how am I going to be checking on everybody else? I'm not checking on myself. So that's one thing. Death was a very big mindset shift for me as well. I've just been more in tune with a lot of things about myself. Like I know that a pain in my shoulder means I need to eat. Like just different things like that I experience, and they tell me a lot about myself, which I greatly appreciate because before I was not aware at all. I know not to take things as personal, and I am still learning that one a lot, but I'm trying to acknowledge the fact that everybody is living this vivid human experience at all times of the day. One of my biggest lessons now has been the sexuality thing that we've been talking about. Because it's like, bro, like, fuck everybody else. Like, why do I need to feel obligated to do or be a certain way just for the sake of everybody else's understanding? Like, fuck that shit. Like, fuck y'all. Like, what? That shit's stupid as hell.
With this major shift, there has been a lot of people that have, like, commercialized off of spirituality. Like Sage being sold in stores now. And Five Below for, like, or what, Urban Outfitters for, like, an extremely high price when it wasn't like this. You know what I'm saying? Just capitalizing off that shit. And I mean, like, it's not even just the corporations. Like, I see a lot of people do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, I guess, like another revelation, a big revelation that I was coming to, because it was like ego trying to come in again to, I guess, protect this one thing that, like, has helped to keep me sane in the midst of me losing my sanity to understand this life that I'm experiencing for real. But just overall understanding there's like a thin line between things, and you really just have to, like, pay attention to that gray area, because you can slip to both ends of the spectrum, really.
So yeah, that has been the episode of this podcast. Goddamn. Did you notice how I said podcast?
Yes, okay. I did.
All right. Well, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to follow us on our social medias and check out both of my podcasts. This is a simulation, and There's Always a Ladder. I have great content on both, but There's Always a Ladder is definitely my favorite because it's my personal podcast. So be sure to check that out. Both links will be in the description box down below. And other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment, like, subscribe, same as always, and you guys will see me in the next video. Ooh. I really just do what I want, because when I'm making decisions for other people, that does not fulfill me in any way whatsoever, and I've just come to learn that. I've always known that subconsciously. It was just a matter of me acknowledging that and doing something about it that really made the difference in my life.